So this is what the Republicans are now going with. Paying high prices is the most patriotic thing you can do. We want to pay high prices. Now, this follows the fact that prices are skyrocketing. The price of eggs skyrocketing if you're even able to find it. The price of gas is going up. The price of groceries is going up. Donald Trump is threatening trade wars against everyone. On Monday, during a speech he gave in Doral, Donald Trump said he wants to tariff Taiwan and their semiconductor industry. This after China unleashed the DeepSeek AI protocol, which significantly harmed the tech corporations in the United States. So saying you're going to tariff the semiconductor industry in Taiwan is only going to further harm American tech companies. Donald Trump also acted like the CHIPS Act, bipartisan, which was signed into law by President Biden, investing over $50 billion into America's semiconductor industry. Donald Trump said it was crap, that it makes no sense, and that the best way to deal with it is tariffs. Tariffs here, tariffs there, tariffs everywhere. The thing is, Donald Trump using this language, whether he imposes the tariffs or doesn't impose the tariffs, creates chaos in the markets. So whether or not the tariffs are actually implemented in Colombia, it still causes the market for things like coffee and oil to go up because those are exports from Colombia. Whether Donald Trump imposes the tariff on the semiconductor industry. By the way, a tariff is a tax on the American corporation passed on to the consumers. And in anticipation, you expect retaliatory tariffs by the country you're tariffing. Whether he does it or not, it's still going to impact the markets. I mean, just take a look at these headlines from the Wall Street Journal. Coffee prices hit new high on U.S. Colombia tariff spat. When you're looking at various states, the gas prices are going up, and not by insignificant amounts. People are posting, hey, I tried to go to Costco and there were no eggs, yet alone higher egg prices. As this individual goes, so we're 1 week into the Trump administration. We're already in a trade war. Eggs are $10. Gas prices are higher. Russia and Ukraine are still at war. Chinese AI technology has surpassed us. The American stock market is crashing. Hey, but at least we renamed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. This other account goes, gas prices have risen every day since Trump got in office. I was told by morons that Biden caused high gas prices for 4 years. Our friend Brian Tyler Cohen goes, U.S. public health officials have been ordered to immediately stop working with the World Health Organization after an order from Donald Trump. This comes as the bird flu is spreading nationwide and egg prices are surging. Now, the MAGA Republican influencers and all of their top people are saying, this is what we want. Charge me more, baby. We want to have higher prices. I kid you not. As Andrew, new YouTube channel, goes, the people who cried about high prices for 4 years, as soon as Trump starts a trade war with Colombia, are saying the following. This is Katie Miller, Stephen Miller's wife. Charge me more for flowers and coffee. Thank you. And suddenly, MAGA acknowledges that Trump's tariffs will raise prices, and they're all okay with it. So all of these MAGA influencers, they're top ones, they're top MAGA influencers, like Gunther Eagleman. He goes, I'd rather have Laken Riley alive than cheap Colombian coffee. The persistence guy, Scott Pressler, he's the guy who registered all the Amish people to vote. He goes, I'm willing to limit my coffee consumption if it means deporting criminal illegal aliens from our country. I voted for safe streets and a secure border. There were less border crossings under Biden than there was under Trump. Biden border crossings at the end of his term were the same as Trump in April 2020. That was during COVID. That's why the border crossings went down under Donald Trump in the last year of his term, because he mishandled COVID. It's the same reason why his gas prices went down. You know why? Because people weren't driving. There was a mass casualty event in the United States where they were driving around mobile morgues to pick up dead bodies, while Donald Trump said, like a miracle, it's all going to go away. Remember that? There were food lines. Remember that? There wasn't toilet paper. Remember that? That's what happened in the Trump administration. By the way, when Trump said, like a miracle, it's all going to go away, you know what it reminds me of? That speech he gave at Doral, his resort in Miami, on Monday with all the MAGA Republicans there. He said, this deep seek thing that's from China, I think it's positive. I think it's a really good thing that has that same energy of, like a miracle, it's all going to go away. What do you mean it's a good thing? It crashed the NASDAQ. It literally took away $1 trillion from American tech corporations. What do you mean it was a good thing? As this account goes, the highest price for eggs right now is $12.99. The bird flu is getting worse. It can be $14.99 soon and then $20. Trump has no plan to protect consumers from corporations using this as an excuse to raise prices on them. Now, take a look at what Fox is saying. Incredible stuff on Fox, as the hosts are suggesting America should just adapt to Trump's trade wars. Like, why do we need coffee? Or just why don't we grow the coffee in our backyard? Look, 98% of our coffee comes from foreign countries. But watch what Fox has to say here. Let's play it.
Coffee from Colombia. We actually make our own coffee here too, in Kona, in Hawaii, right? There's multiple things coming out of our neighbors' countries that aren't sort of reducible to one thing. But I think that's part of what the media has been articulating this entire time, arguing that the GOP reduces humans to an identity, but really it's them shoving these countries into boxes. President Trump sees them as partners.
Yeah, what's interesting is Trump's trying to bring about a world where he'll drop the rate for companies that actually come here and make some of that stuff to 15% tax rate. So we might not have to miss coffee or whatever they think they're going to miss that we can clearly make our own, but maybe not as much of, because maybe some of those countries will come here and they'll package their stuff or distribute it from here. And
then MAGA Mike Johnson is asked about it. And the reporter goes, hey, MAGA Mike. They don't call him MAGA Mike. I do, though. Republicans ran on lowering prices. What would you say if costs go up because of tariffs, which they are? MAGA Mike's response, a bunch of word salad. Watch this.
I'm not going to predict the outcome of it. First of all, which tariffs will be enacted and how it will affect prices. We'll have to see. I think you're seeing a measured approach by the president. Tariffs clearly is going to be a part of the policy agenda from the White House. All of that he's said to us will be in the executive branch and not the legislative branch, so they'll have unilateral authority over it. But I think he's going to be wise in how he does that. I don't think you'll see across the board tariffs in whole countries or whole industries. I don't believe that's what will happen. I think he's going to deal with the unfairness that we see out on the world stage. China, for example, is a terrible trading partner. They abuse the system. They steal our intellectual property.
And here's J.D. Vance. He's asked on Face the Nation from this weekend, you campaigned on lowering prices. Which orders do that? Because there are none. To which J.D. Vance goes, we've done a lot. We've done a lot of things. Just, you have to wait. Just wait on it. Here, play this clip.
You campaigned on lowering prices for consumers. We've seen all of these executive orders. Which one lowers prices?
We have done a lot, and there have been a number of executive orders that have caused already jobs to start coming back into our country, which is a core part of lowering prices. More capital investment, more job creation in our economy is one of the things that's going to drive down prices for all consumers, but also raise wages so that people can afford to buy the things that they need. If you look at our slate of executive orders, no, Margaret, prices are going to come down, but it's going to take a little bit of time, right? The president has been president for all of 5 days. I think that in those 5 days, he's accomplished more than Joe Biden did in 4 years. It's been an incredible breakneck pace of activity. We're going to work with Congress. We're, of course, going to have more executive orders, and we're going to try the way that you lower prices is that you encourage more capital investment into our country. And yes,
by the way, you then have some of the billionaire oligarchs like Jamie Dimon, who runs JP Morgan Chase, and he's out there now saying, and obviously he wants to try to not have the markets in a panic because he's one of the biggest bankers and he realizes the panic that's being caused. He has the audacity to say, actually, higher prices are fine. It's just a trade-off for our national security. By the way, our national security is not better. We are far weaker right now as China's dismantled our AI industry, as we've alienated ourselves from all of our allies to the south, north, east, and west. What are you talking about? Here, play this clip.
Yeah, look, I look at tariffs, they are an economic tool. That's it. They're an economic weapon, depending on how you use it and why you use it and stuff like that. And, people argue, is it inflationary and non-inflationary? I would put in perspective, if it's a little inflationary, but it's good for national security, so be it. I mean, get over it.
And of course, what has Donald Trump been doing while all of this has been happening? He played golf. He's played golf like every day since the weekend. He played golf again on Monday, really working hard to lower those grocery prices. And do you remember what Donald Trump said when he did a Meet the Press appearance and when he was interviewed by Time Magazine when it comes to lowering prices? His response was, it's hard. Maybe too hard to actually lower prices. Not sure I could even do that. Remember what he said when Jim Cramer asked him at the stock exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, if people should invest in the market? And he was like, probably not. Who knows? There may be a dip. Remember when he did that? Can we remember what Donald Trump said, though, on the campaign? I'm not going to show you a lot of clips. I'm just going to show you one really short one. And Donald Trump said that inflation would end and prices would decrease on day one, is what he said. Here, play this clip.
Starting on day one of my new administration, we will end inflation and we will make America affordable again because the prices are too high. The prices are too high.
Well, we're now a week plus into the Trump administration, and in that short week, things are skyrocketing. The markets are crashing. It's as bad as you can be because of him. Migrants aren't showing up to farms. Migrants aren't showing up to construction sites. Think about when all of this ripple effect hits our economy. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers. You see what MAGA's trying to do there, though, huh? You see they're trying to act like this is what we want. It's patriotic. So ridiculous. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers. Let's tell the truth. Let's keep growing.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.